excited to be sitting beside, I'm going to say like my brother, one of the most amazing White House correspondents that has helped me, counseled me, coached me. We talk. This brother's amazing. White House correspondent Nii-Quartelai with KBLA. You are a firebrand. And let me just know, like, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Because someone who shows up for me, like, instantly is you. And when the incident happened in the Oval Office and I went back and forth with the president, you were there and you weren't asking about the details. You said, sis, you good? You okay? What can I do? So let me thank you.
Well, let me thank you. Let me thank you for the work that you do on behalf of our community, on behalf of all of our listeners out there that need to rely on information to decide on how they will govern themselves, how they will live their lives, how they will keep their families safe. You do that. And you put your body on the line, you put your well-being on the line for all of us. And so thank you for all that you do. And thank you to AURN, for giving us the gift of Ebony McMorris every day.
And KBLA. Thank you, Travis. But following in, the line of the amazing work of Taz Smiley, right? Just holding truth to fire from Democrats to Republicans, being about truth. I want to talk to you about the power of Black media, because this is a conversation that he and I have consistently. In this hour need, how do you think Black media needs to come together, and what should that mission be? Because we are fighting attacks left and right, fighting for our voice, our own voices, while also giving truth to people.
Well, I think it's important to note that one of the things that bonds us together as colleagues and so many other folks that are doing this work day in and day out, we're rooted in the tradition of the Black press, right? We understand that it's our job to both educate and liberate. We're not looky-loos. We are in community, which means, that we accept a certain responsibility. And that responsibility requires investments. We need, political leaders and celebrities, people who are shaping the culture, to also bet on us. We need foundations to also fund us. Look at how many people got together and decided that they were going to fund PBS, they were going to fund NPR, the gap in government funding that they used to get. Bring that same energy to Black media, because it's never been a more important time to invest in Black media. You know as well as I know that Black media has largely existed and grown and thrived in independent media, right? We've spent a relatively short time, historically speaking, in corporate media. And so while it's unfortunate that we don't occupy as many anchor chairs as we used to, it doesn't mean that our voice doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that we have to diminish our coverage on the issues that matter to our people.
Now, I also want to talk about another project that you have, and dealing with Black lands and our rights. Talk about it, because when you told me, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be working with George Fothery. He was the lead attorney who led the effort to return Bruce's Beach to the Bruce family in LA County. Of course, he's gotten so many inquiries from across the country. He created the Black Land Loss Narrative Archive Project, and we are documenting stories from Black folks across the country who've lost land, who've lost homes, who've lost businesses. Land dispossession is real. It has been inflicted upon our community for generations, powered by the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution, specifically empowered by the use, and dare I say the weaponization, of eminent domain. And so I've been talking to folks from Washington, D.C., to Florida, Georgia, Arkansas, even a small little town, Russell City, that no longer exists in the Bay Area. And so I'm really looking forward in the coming months to share more of these stories, and also highlight the leaders on the front lines that are doing something about it, doing something to bring a modicum of justice to the descendants of these folks who've given so much.
Talk about your book that I want people to also know that you wrote, that I have it. I might say the title wrong, but it's literally right beside my bed and I read it. Kamala
The Motherland and Me.
The Motherland and Me. Because I wanted to talk about it because she also has a book that's 107 days.
That's right.
But you were able to literally see what other people didn't see and followed her campaign very closely.
Yeah.
Looking back now, and the book that you have, what are your feelings about this moment, and what does it make you think about, even when you think about the book that you wrote? And I want people to know where they can go to get it as well.
Well, first of all, let me just say congratulations to former Vice President Kamala Harris. As an author, I root for every author that gets over the finish line and publishes their book. Her book, 107 Days. I've already started listening to it on Audible. I'm 4 hours in. It's an incredible journey. Let me just say, I don't believe we can heal what we don't talk about. And so the fact that the former vice president is willing to share her story and share her perspective, an unvarnished view of what happened over the course of those 107 days, very clear moments that other folks are going to have to account for, including the former president and a lot of Democratic superstars. There's an opportunity for us to zoom out and recognize that in some ways, we are Kamala and Kamala is us, and I think that is the through line between her book, 107 Days, which focuses on the campaign, and my book, which focuses on a very special story, a very special moment, a very special trip to the motherland. We were in Ghana, Tanzania, and Zambia, and it was an honor, one of the honors of my life to travel aboard Air Force Two with the Vice President. It was an honor of my life to have the Vice President choose to sit with me. The only book interview that she did as Vice President was with me, and it is documented in the book, Kamala, the Motherland and Me, at a time where it feels like there's reason to lose hope in terms of what's possible in the motherland, what's possible across the African diaspora. I hope people will go out and pick up the book and be inspired and hold on to hope and to know that we were on the precipice of a new chapter in our history, and we soon again can be on the precipice of a new chapter, but we got to roll up our sleeves, do some work.
30 seconds or less, Nii. Last question. The theme of the conference is Made for This Moment, Power, Policy, and Progress. What is the power that we have in just 30 seconds for people?
I'm reminded of a quote from Alice Walker, the author of The Color Purple, since we're talking about authors. She says the fastest way that people give away power is by first believing they have none. And I think one of the beautiful things about Congressional Black Caucus, ALC at its best, is it reminds us of our individual power, of our individual agency, of our collective power, and our collective agency. And so, as I say every day on my afternoon drive time radio show and podcast, a more perfect union on KBLA, do what you can from where you are with what you have.
Let people know one more time where they can catch you, More Perfect Union, and how to connect with you on social media. A
More Perfect Union powered by KBLA Talk 1580. You can also follow me on social media at Dr. Nii-Quartelai. All you got to do is type in Dr. Nii-Q, DRNIIQ, and there I am, fresh for you to follow.
I love it. I love it. I love it. My friend, Dr. Nii-Quartelai Cortez, KBLA, More Perfect Union. Thank you so much, my brother in the White House. I love you.
I love you.
All right, we got more coming from CBCF.